It definitely will be tough for Mikoto to be the one that can create so much space in that mid game.
And to your point as well about getting tanky, you see
They're so tanky on Falcons. Ray's likes to buy BKB, like second item. He naturally goes Refresher for 2 BKBs.
Like layering their spells. There's Cinder Brew, but other than that, you should be fine. You should be able to run away.
Yeah, there is some Cinder Brew, and there's also on channel 2 Cinder In, and there is another kill here for Talon in the bottom lane, but Cuckoo, he'll end up dead. It's a sacrifice Crit's willing to make, but for the moment he's alive, that Rocket Barrage, the second time around, will get the kill, and they'll take out Crit, so it's 3-1 in favor of Talon.
We talked about the team members. I think Natsumi is the big question mark for me. When this guy owns, he owns completely. When he's having a bad game, he's like the lowest net worth scorer. Okay, they're diving. AVULUS manages to get the kill, and we'll be able to run away. Tiny, carry Tiny's Daedon skill toss.
But nothing more. Now Amar again. Forced kind of back with the Rocket Barrage, but steals 100 damage that he doesn't get to get a kill with. They find Crit. There's the Arcane Curse and a kill. Even with the calling, I mean, there's not much they can do. They'll try to put some damage on a Cuckoo, and they've got Snake King off to the side, but they need to pick a target. Going for both isn't exactly going to net you anything. Really that bad when you think about it for the Brewmaster. He's going into this Radiance, he's at a decent amount of gold, but they'll get the kill on a Cuckoo. Can they get anything more? Call down was used, Snake King ends up dead. Melrin's going to try and fight Natsumi. He's got the help of Crit. But on the low ground there, too, is Mikoto, who's got not a lot of health, but a bit of mana to work with, and a couple of sips on that bottle.
If they can dodge some of the ganks, if they can bait the global silence,
then they can really fight.
Yeah, there's going to be a global silence now, but let's see.
That didn't really do him enough. I mean, maybe they get Amar in this situation. They've got a homing missile coming in, and the call down did connect, so he's going to get low, and they should be able to get this kill here, and they will. So at least that connects, and they get that kill, but initially it looked like maybe the global... They have global silence again. And this is...
AVULUS, he's going through the Twin Gate.
Yeah, he needs to go through the Twin Gate. They want to go for the Tormentor. Deadshot, the calling, the silences all connect, but AVULUS, he's going to be able to get that primal split off, and the global silence is used. These heroes on the side of Falcons are getting low with the call down coming through onto everybody. They'll take out Crit, Snake King, and Amar. 3 heroes dead on the side of Talon. Natsumi's got a triple kill. Cyclone, that's on a Melrine. But unfortunately, they don't got him. Like you said, things are aiming to be slow. Skeeter, oh, Avalanche, Deadshot, all landing, the calling. And global silence was used, and Makoto's able to survive. Ball Lightning, Vortex, the Shrines both picked up by Falcons. They'll TP one out, but now, have they left the Tiny to die? It looks like it.
Let's have a Shadow Blade.
Tanky hero, but they left him because they know he's okay. Well, they've got Dust.
Another one.
Maybe he's not okay. Burning down low. The Cinder Brew, the right clicks, but the mech and Cuckoo brain draining.
Aghanim Scepter is the big one. It fears everybody in the back. Rod of Atos is very good at controlling and gives you a good amount of stats, exactly what you need. And this game, it's a bit of a slower game. 40 stacks in 22-minute game.
Woo. Skeeter getting the kill on a Mikoto, and yeah, I mean, that is a lot of stacks. We thought the last game was a lot of stacks. This time around, they all stack up as 5 and kill Mikoto.
Because they have Jarokop, who's a great Aegis carrier. You also have Storm Spirit, one of the best, if not the best, Aegis carrier in the game.
Mallory. He's in the same spot Skeeter was. He'll TP now, and they'll Primal Split, and they get this kill. It cost them, just like last time it cost them Global, this time it cost them Primal.
So they have 3 BKBs available right now. They're going to be building into SNY as well on Tiny status assistance with Insurmountable. Brewmaster,
yes.
He is a very tanky guy. A lot of status resist, a lot of magic resist as well. This Global Silence didn't do too much.
No, not a lot, but the BKB was used by Malrine. They're going to go in with a static link. They've got the call down. The damage onto Amar, though. He needs to be very careful. Life drain for a moment, surviving. They go to the toss. WS still in their face. Amar's going to end up getting the kill here on a Natsumi before he dies. But Skeeter going in with BKB. Does he have the damage to clean up WS on this Earth Panda? But he is not dead just yet, and will come back to form around the side of Falcons. being drained, being avalanche, being controlled, and eventually feared up. But he is so tanky. I mean, they did not get this kill onto the Brew. They'll take out Tinker, but WS...
It's way too much. He has statuses. If he's in the Void Roller stance, if he gets brewed up, plus he gets Defense Matrix, I think his status resistance is going to be like 85% or something.
This dead shot's annoying. Amar in his face, unbeknownst to WS, looking for a high five. And they've got that nullifier. They have the toss. The call down is there, but the health is not. WS ends up dead. Silence. Onto Amar. Age is also expiring, but they can't chase. Here will take the tier 3 tower. Marine right behind him. Blink into the Dragon Tail. They find Cuckoo. Call down's going to be committed. Vortex pulling in the DK. Marine down to about half health.
Look how patient they are.
And tossed away from the base.
Not even blinking, not using that BKB. They know that the damage can't come that quickly. It's Vortex into Gyrocopter's right click, so they have enough time to react to it. All 3 cores still holding the BKBs.
Yeah, Malrine's back to full health. Global Silence is off cooldown once again. They're able to use it, but they go to the BKB. It's from Amar. They're going to go after Natsumi. He's trying to get back into the base. The static link, the damage is there. They get the kill to take out the Gyrocopter. He's dead for 74 seconds. No buyback. And that will also include the tax of a bottom set of racks.
Like, even with the smoke, you're still gonna reveal yourself, and you know that they have full vision. Right now, Falcons are camping on top of this observer board, and Malrine's like, we know exactly where you are. I'm gonna take the barracks. WS
for the mid set of racks, they got that. Now the Global Silence is gonna come through. They're gonna look for Amar. They've got themselves a silence on him, but he pops that BKB. He's a little bit too late. He goes to the Satanic. He's not able to heal enough. Natsumi had the damage with the BKB of his own. The ball laning away. They get the kill into the Razor, and now the side of Falcons. Are they safe for the moment? It looks like they are with Gyro and Storm heading back, but they do have WS at least in their face.
Leader's waiting, thinking about going in. They do see him.
And he'll come back to form, but the BKBs are there. WS, he dies, and with Makoto going in, he's dead too. Avalanche on the 2 heroes, and all of a sudden a dead shot onto the remaining 3. Talon have to be very scared because they're going to lose another. I mean, that was
such a good timing. They get the calling, it silences Stormspreader, who doesn't have a BKB, then he pulls him in. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You turned to me so quickly. I've never seen you love an idea
I like
more.
that. Maybe turn catapults into something.
Into trebuchets that can shoot from further and hurt buildings from a distance.
There we go. We become...
That sounds pretty good. So does Global Silence. It's the sound of silence, and that's going to be +3 on the brain drain for a silencer.
That's the only...
Avalanche toss?
That's the only one that he got in the last, like, 30 minutes ever since he picked up the shard.
Skeeter's actually going to die here and loses Aegis pretty quickly. This Divine Ranger doing a lot of damage, but Natsumi needs to run.
Stealing the damage.
The Void Panda throwing him away, but Natsumi's going to end up dying here. He doesn't have buyback. The Divine Rapier is on the floor, and so are 3 of these heroes. Divine Rapier picked up by WS. He's going to go into the Primal Split once again, and he should be able to make an escape with this Divine. Oh my gosh.
NMR tipping.
They call GG anyway.
They call it. He does not have buyback. I mean, they've been playing against Mega Creeps, holding for relatively long. It just was not enough. Like, the timing on Falcons, they understood the assignment, farm the BKBs, farm these SNYs, because they lacked control on Talon, and it did really show in this game.
Like you said, they just kept farming and getting stronger and stronger, and eventually they are going to close more times than they don't.
I mean, it's kind of it's just unfortunate for Talon. I feel like one change of hero in their draft, if I was to hop on draft, would maybe give them more.
Most perfect PA pick. I don't mind this matchup for TA. You have a puck as well.
You at least have a kill threat, right, between the Muerta and the Marcy. I think this is really what Talon have to lock in here.
Falcons, where they are controlling the map, they are controlling all the objectives. If Emperor Assassin's off to a good start, you're playing into double save as well, into Ringmaster's Escape Act, into Snowball.
This is a dead TA. That's a good way to start it.
It doesn't swing the matchup compared to some other Storm hitting level 6 before, because Puck can easily try to run away.
Dead shot. Snake King in trouble to dispose. And this will be Another kill here for Talon. They're up 2,000 net worth. Dispose rebounding all the way in to get this kill, and I mean, this is so far so good for Talon. Another Dispose, and Skeeter dead shot rebounded on and dead. This is such domination from Talon in the top lane.
Also looking at his items, Raindrop, Soul Ring, Magic Wand, Fairy Fire, all these tanky items, Power Treads on strength, sitting at 1400 HP, and they're gonna steal some of the stacks as well.
Arena Spear, as they don't need the Dream Coil, but they will come in with a Waning Rift and get this kill on Natsumi, slowing him down. I mean, they got left alone, so that ends up being a big dagger mark for Falcons, and now they use a two-man Dream Coil. This could turn into a couple of kills here, as it'll at least turn into this kill on a Cuckoo. Snake King getting chased, Deadshot bounces off Snake King and lands on a Malrine. They'll end up finishing off Snake King, so that's at least a 2-for-1. Malrine on the high ground, Vortex on a crate. He'll start up that snowball, goes across the storm, and lands on the Muerta. They finally get the kill on Joken, but WS is here. It should be a second with crit.
He missed
dying,
uphill,
but
Healing Salve. No. Was not fast enough, but I'm looking at what Amara is doing. He's tipping Natsumi.
they could stick by and take these camps near the lane. But actually, fortunately for Falcons, they think, at least, that they've got themselves a PA in their sights. But the calling, a snowball all the way across Natsumi, and they'll lose Skitter too. WS,
he might get a
got this
he was
kill
thinking about
solo?
going in and maybe even going for the second kill.
Coming over, and they might be able to catch a glimpse here as they had that obs down. They go to the Dream Coil. Another kill on Natsumi would be pretty important. They go to the calling. They've got the Wheel of Wonder. There's the Spear. They'll trade Natsumi for Snake King, which is okay for right now, but Amar, he is in one of the
cannot attack
only
him. Look, you
pure
can't
corners
attack
I
him from
know.
behind. He found the spot.
They still kill him, but that's got to be like one of the few.
Very bad. It's just nothing. It's good in 1 versus 2 situation where you're getting that extra bit of a region.
Natsumi to get, ooh, the damage hefty on Natsumi to get that kill. They Dream Coil the Tinker, but ooh, a good arena stopping the rebound. Now the Wheel of Wonder is out. Cuckoo surviving for the moment, but the Spear comes across and kills off the Tinker. Escape back from Snake King, but he is spotted by 3. Should eventually die here and will.
This is the second time that they are
So
going to
far,
get a kill on him. The team is doing well. He's 5-0-3, was toying with the idea, picking up Aghanim Scepter before, just so that they have silence. Very good against Puck. Amar finds the target. Yule Scepter.
Yeah, with the Waning Rift, Deadshot though, lands Dream Coil. Making life a little bit more difficult here for the Storm, but everybody came to help, and Amar is left for dead. WS, ooh, popping the BKB, and Wheel of Wonder, but WS is still towards the front. Escape back, drawing WS further and further in towards the side of Falcons. And with the BKB running out, he needs to just leave.
Amar is the best player at turning. He's playing Bristleback, he's playing Mars, and he's turning so quickly. Every single time you watch him play these 2 heroes, casual blood grenade thrown. Malrine, he should be fine. Unless he decides to jump. Uh-oh, they have obs on top of that kill.
Not good. Phase shift and WS getting that kill. Malrine trying to juke, trying to jive, but they shut that down. Being too smart.
Yeah, but in this situation, it didn't really end up well for him. Amar, knowing that there is no BKB, he knows that they use BKBs at the same time. And this is a very nice pickoff for Team Falcons. First Deso charge.
Well, my point of view is basically, this was last TI.
Hold that thought.
I'll hold it. Holding it. Malrine, holding phase shift. Dead shot a little bit early. Still doesn't matter. They get the kill. They're going to look over at Amar. I think that dead shot actually landed past Malrine all the way to Amar, and now he's just dead. Okay. I mean, Falcons.
You're like, it probably needs a little bit of time to arrive. The servers are busy with different stuff and everything, but they never came.
I wrote my email to Gavin. I was like, hey, Mr. Newell, Ball lightning
Cast
in.
the game,
Tusk,
B-Cop.
rebound in as well. They're going to look to get the kill here onto Snaking. They'll get themselves at least one with the BKB being popped here by WS. They'll finish off Crit. 2 gone. Ball lightning for more. Skitter, he is alone. But now Maureen, he joins the fight. The BKB, the spear comes through. They've got the arena, but it's not enough to deter them. It's another kill for Natsumi. Amar going to back away with the BKB as well as that shield up and ready. But eventually, time will run out for this Mars, or so I think. Can he get the blink off? No, another jump in, and Amar will end up dead.
They're falling apart. They
Yep.
just don't have enough WS. So that's going to be the big item against the Ringmaster. Dispelling Escape Act, Dispelling Glimmer Cape, Ghost Scepter that is on Tusk.
Walrus Punch, but Ball Lightning Vortex. And the Wheel of Wonder. Okay, maybe they can get something with this for Falcons. Dream Coil also committed, so 2 heroes are going to die. And Cuckoo now in a really bad spot with the dead shot lands onto the Tusk.
Another punch.
The Tame the Beast, they get the fear, they'll get the
Triple
kill.
kill.
Triple for Maureen.
2100 gold total going
Jokem?
Maureen's way.
He's in trouble too. This might just be an ultra kill. Maureen's going for more. They've got the Waiting Rift. The snowball hits and the damage is there. Maureen with an ultra kill.
That's 2.5k gold that he just got in a span of 1 minute.
Wow. Let's see what they can make happen, knowing there's an Aegis still on Skeeter. Oh, perfect spot. Perfect move from WS, knowing exactly where he was in the trees. Really well done.
Aghanim Scepter almost about to be finished on Tusk. That's the big one. Needs another component.
No way. I mean, they just Ball Lightning with the gem here. They're all going to make this work. The BKB, and all of a sudden, whoa, Skeeter's taking a lot of damage to lose the Aegis. I mean, that was a quick first kill. Down goes the Ringmaster. Natsumi's starting to output quite a bit. They've got the Nullifier, the Ball Lightning over. They're trying to get the kill to Skeeter. They've got the Dispose, and Natsumi's got a double kill. We'll see. Somebody in chat definitely knows, like, all the stats. Maureen, Waiting Rift, the calling. And Cuckoo back into the fight. Roche immediately up.
Snaking try to place a sneaky ward on top of
Ball
Cam's ward.
He's got the gem. Skeeter, now you're in the escape back. The BKB's gonna be popped by both Makoto as well as Natsumi. Can they get the kill on a Skeeter before he's able to go in and
Makoto,
fight
he's
past
dying.
this BKB? Makoto's gonna be dead though.
That's a
he
gem on
drops
the ground.
gem. Now they lose this vision
He
on
might
the
need to
TA.
buy back here.
Yeah, he might. Dream Coil runs out, but they're gonna jump forward for more. Cuckoo. He's in the midst of all these March of the Machines with the BKB being popped here by Amar, but they unleash. They'll buy back a Makoto. Makoto's going to try and come back into the fight with the full mana. They go to the Fan of Knives. They got the right-click damage on Amar. They get the kill here onto the Mars. They'll take him out for 70 seconds. Hex again on the TA, avoids the dead shot with the snowball back to the creep wave. So he's able to escape, but Snake King's dead as well. Skeeter has to run away now with crit.
There's a gem on the ground. Cheese. Roshan's banner. A lot of goodies.
2 charges.
Yeah, look at Skeeter. They're trying to bait this Arcane Rune with the trap, silencing up, maybe kill him 1 time.
Oh, Walrus Punch, the damage, the Aegis got. Nobody's here. Nobody is here. Can they kill him again? They've got the trap, the silence, the hex. Ooh, the silence is gonna run out, but they've got the Walrus Punch, the dead shot lands on a 2, and E-Blade thrown over onto Crit. He's silenced thanks to the calling, the Abyssal, and the damage.
Gonna lose
There
the
for
gem.
kill. Yeah, now they have no gems.
Coming up from Templar Assassin, even Mars, like even Puck to one extent, but he might still change his mind. I think eventually Amar is in.
Yeah, he goes with the EKB, he throws down the arena, they go, and they try to get the damage out on him. They've got the bashes, but now the Yule's up into the air. He's still going to be alive. They've got the shards around on 3 of these heroes. They're going to jump in with the Dream Coil. It's going to be on a 4. The damage coming in. WS is going to be dead. Down goes Jokem. 2 heroes got on the side of Talon. There's the silence and the damage coming in from Skeeter's finally enough.
And the spear.
Oh, man, 4 heroes gone on Talon, and Falcons just like that. They see their prey, they dive down, and they snatch him out.
Tinker is showing. It's the only hero. He can come back to a fight easily.
Yeah.
Natsumi is in a good spot. Puck scouting things out. Oh, look at that damage on Jokem.
Dream Coil down, but I don't know if it's going to matter. They go to the escape act. They're also looking for the snowball after the escape act ends, and he's going to pull him in for a second. They go to the arena. They've got themselves a spear. It's going to be onto this Phantom Assassin. The damage coming into WS. They get the code of the Marcy. They take the Aegis. The Illusory Orb off the top with the Walrus Punch and another kick. That kills off Makoto. He's Mirko Pro knocks him out. They get the spear. That connects. Cuckoo in trouble. The shards around onto me as well. The jump forward will give for Skater. Buyback's going to come out from this storm. They have the damage to get the kill to Skeeter. They'll end up losing Cuckoo. The no-fire's out onto the Buck, but they'll lose Snake King. Now, Malrine, Crit, trying to run. Ball landing over Makoto's here. They've got the Hex. They have the control. They look over to Amar. They've got the damage, but there's the spear away. E-Blade used. Amar ends up dead. They have the Hex once again on the Malrine. Illusory Orb trying to get out, and he'll get up out on the cliff. But can he get away? No, the Hex is there. The Nullifier comes through, and another kill should be in the works for Talon. But the Abyssal Blade comes through, and WS gets it. 4 heroes gone with buyback on Falcons.
They bought back on 3 heroes, and again, Nullifier didn't come in. This also tells me we want to take the fight. We get that initial jump, and we want to kill the guy immediately. Jocam, he has A on disc, which is not assembled.
Catch Amar, the damage is huge!
Escape back this time around.
Oh man, good Dream Coils. 2 Dream Coils actually with the Wind Waker. Natsumi trying to go in there with the Skeeter. He's got himself the Abyssal Blade.
Escape back.
Good escape back. Walrus Punch getting the control. And now they've got the damage on Natsumi. He's dead. Natsumi's going to buy back.
Ooh, Storm. He was so low.
They're going to look over. They're going to try and get a kill here. Now on a Jocam who's got the A on disc, but Malrine trying to leave. He had to put it together. He had it disassembled, but they bought back. And now, I mean, you're without Amar for 100. That's a good one to have for Tusk, right?
Yeah.
Fallen Sky, kick, punch, and the snowball. So you've got 2 Fallen Skies on one team, and they're going to ball lightning. They're going to go in. They've got the Abyssal Blade on the Amar. Goes into the arena. He lands a spear. It's on a WS. They've got the Aeon Disc. They pop the Dream Coil, and they'll snap it on Makoto. But there's the refresher. There's the second Dream Coil. They go to the Nullifier. It's going to be on Makoto. Can they get the damage out onto this Storm? Yes, they can, but he's got buyback. He's got buyback ready to go. They try to get the Tame the Beast. They go to the Dispose. They've got the damage on the Snake King. They should be able to get the kill here on the Ringmaster. Deadshot comes in, lands on Amar as well as Skeeter. They've got the Aeon Disc once again, but now moving forward, trying to get the damage out on the Skeeter. They've got the Vortex on a 3! The control is there, but the kick away, they'll take out this TA, and now they've got the shards, they've got the arena,
HP.
but they'll get the kill to Malrine. Down goes Amar, no buyback on 3 heroes. Falcons are falling by the wayside. They are short the money for buyback.
Divine Rapier anymore, and he needs a little bit of extra gold to finish up his Nullifier. The buildings are dying so quickly.
4s are gone. They've got a glyph available. Ball landing in. They've got the Hex ton of Amar. They go to the Fallen Sky. Makoto's going to go in with the ball landing. They've got themselves the Vortex and the Ancient. Now finally glyphed, but they had so much time to glyph it before. They go to the arena. Is it going to block everybody out? They're inside the arena. They'll take out the throne, and we're going to a game 3.
Oh man, what a crazy game. Talon manages to pull it back and manages to get a dub in this second one.
Them punishing Falcons' mistakes as well. Like, there was so much back and forth between the 2 teams that, like, you couldn't ask for a better game 2, where either team easily could have won this out after, like, the 35-minute mark. She can sometimes not do enough damage into the heroes. She can annoy them, but she needs to have, like, that 1-item buffer to kill off a Tidehunter or whatever.
But that's also where Sand King and Storm can come into play, right? Because these 2 heroes bring a lot of damage through the game.
And Dragonite. I don't think there's going to be a better game to have a break mechanic. And they also discussed the idea of maybe someone picks up a Mage Slayer. I don't think it's a Medusa item, but maybe somebody wants to pick it up to have that extra bit of a break on top of the Silver Edge.
Snake King getting first blood, that dead shot into the anchor smash from Skeeter.
But he also needs to start thinking about getting Lotus. I think it's very good
trying mid.
All against Curse. There's the dead shot.
It lands, but WS
he needs
comes
1
over.
CS for 6.
Burrow Strike and the Arcane Curse, and all of a sudden Malrine gets turned on. They're going to get a kill on a Snake King.
-2.
And that is -2 and 2 kills for Makoto. They've got the Zobs deep. Need to be careful about how they go for this, but spotted, so Jocam is going to spot him, and they'll throw out that Gush. They have the minus armor. You look at the damage that comes through, and they'll get the kill on a Cuckoo. But Crit, he will be safe for the moment as Makoto's got a haste through, and he's actually wrapping around. Crit needs to be a little bit careful about where the positioning is to make sure that Makoto doesn't kill him.
Nice try. Everybody is so low, but they can't really commit. 1 stun, and he's going to die.
Back to top. Dragon Tail, Makoto, not a lot of mana to work with, to be honest, and that might be his mistake. The calling, breathe fire, and the blood grenades, the escape act, but the ticks are still there, and Crit will get that kill.
They bombed him.
Yeah.
You had better ideas.
Yeah.
This is like 4 out of 10.
Not a lot of mana on Amar, but not afraid to Viscous Nasal Goo Natsumi to start. They've got the tar bomb. They have some decent damage here as
21
Naurine's coming
charges.
over. Dragon Tail, tar bomb once again, and Natsumi's just dead. Both supports are here, and honestly, they could keep going. Under the tower, they've got some tanky heroes. Cuckoo, he knows he's gone, and Amar's going to get himself a double kill, and they'll focus their attention onto the tower.
Not exactly where you want to be, but it is available, which does allow Storm Spirit to get that jump. And speaking of getting the jump,
And also that, the jump, I mean, the Skeletons showed him off. They had the obs down, and they'll get the kill and a crit. I mean, you talked about it, and then it immediately happened. He pops, they had the obs there to know he was still in range, and now Snake King, he's also in a bit of a bad way. Pierces the Veil, but that won't retroactively get you 2% from the harm of Talon. But they made this TP, and now Natsumi, he needs to be careful about his positioning. He does have WS nearby. Burrow Strike does land on the Clinks. Impalement Arts also hits on the crit. They go to the dust, and WS, he's going to die. He is in a lot of trouble, and so is the rest of the team. Dragon Tail comes out, Stone Gaze used, but Jokem falls too. And Cuckoo trying to get into the high ground. They don't even care about the Stone Gaze. They really don't care about the Medusa. He was building that Blink, but I believe bought that shard first. Ball ending all the way over. Burrow Strike, crit caught. A little bit of a Ravage. But Malrina's here. Dragon Tail on a Cuckoo, the calling, the silence, and the escape act not enough. But Skeeter still wants something, and he'll just farm the creep with.
but it does seem they want to have only one, so Dragonite is going to pick it up, and they want to have multiple Glimmer Caves. They wanna
Orchid?
That's the Orchid reveal.
Gorgon's Grasp, Blink, Ravage onto 2, and Makoto's dead.
Snaking
Snaking gets the
snipes him.
kill with this dead shot. They'll end up losing crit, but they want more. Skeeter gonna move forward, Epicenter, Burrow Strike, and surviving for the moment, but Tame the Beast has the fear. There's the Stone Gaze used. Anchor Smash, Skeeter low and dead.
Glimmer
Eventually,
Cave.
or not.
Amar
Has the
keeping him
Glimmer.
alive.
Not expecting the Glimmer there from Amar, but they get the kill to Jokem, and now they're going to look over at Natsumi, who's trying to TP away, but the dead shot lands. Somehow, some way, I mean, Skeeter survives with a sliver of health, and all
Kraken
they lose
Shell.
is crit.
Vlad's extra bit of armor, uses Anchor Smash, gets that lifesteal, goes back to just enough HP until Amar gets there to deal with evasion right now. Bloodthorn is going to be the big one, but ever since the changes, it only works on your hero. So it basically works on Clinks. It doesn't work. You don't have True Strike on everybody else that is attacking.
WS, dusted. And now on the run, but dead in the water again. Leashed up, Malrina's here. Dragon Tail, a little bit of a Ravage, but not from the Tidehunter.
Tide summoning his friends.
Yeah, griefing by hitting his own teammates, though. Know how Talon can get most of the map back. They're going to have to fight. They know this Aegis exists for 45 more seconds, but it might be too little too late. Global Silence, Wheel of Wonder, Ball Lightning all the way in. They get the kill and a crit. But can they escape from this now? Ravage ends up getting used, lands onto the Storm, and now he's leashed up with Dead in the Water. They'll take out this Ringmaster. Vortex comes through, but Makoto's dead. They're going to find WS, who will try to survive with a Burrow Strike inside the trees. But an Anchor Smash from Skeeter gets the third, and that's a 3-for-1. If I've looked at this graph correctly, which I believe I have.
Let's see.
Can they kill him? Yes, they can.
He
All
dies.
right.
He dies. Break is insanely good. Like, you don't have Kraken Shell.
No buyback, dead for 40. Roche going bottom, Burrow Strike connects. This time they've got a break. When they're able to do it one by one, it feels really good. But the break has run out, and now the calling is down, the Stone Gaze is used, because I believe Talon, they want to leave. But are they going to be able to do so? Viscous Nasal Goose slows down Natsumi for a moment, goes back into the Silver Edge, Burrow Strike from the high ground, they go to the Global Silence, they're in trouble now on Amar, and they get the kill. So now you're without two heroes and Roche available. All of a sudden, Talon's grip gets a little bit tighter.
Weren't able to get the kill on Roshan, but it does change things a little bit more. Seems like Falcons, they want to strike. Crit. He's ready.
They'll look for Natsumi, and I might have to hold my point now, but The Ravage comes through. The escape back will end in a moment. They'll try to get the kill onto this Medusa with the BKB being popped here by Skeeter. They're doing this without Amar. This is a 4v5 attempt as they'll get the kill on Natsumi, the Burrow Strike away, but now in trouble. There's the Bloodthorn. WS is dead. Jokem might be next on the list. Cuckoo trying to TP out. Nobody sees him in time to stun him up. And Jokem's able to get back onto the high ground. Find just the precise opportunity. But Talon looking to come back. They've got the Wheel of Wonder. They have the Global Silence. They'll go for the damage to get the kill to Skeeter. They'll get the kill on the Tidehunter. Now they'll look over at Malrine with the BKB. Snaking piercing the Veil. They buy back on the Tidehunter, and he's going to be able to TP into the outpost. But they'll go after the Bristleback. Amar trying to stand his ground, but Natsumi with BKB. Shot. The damage coming out. Doesn't care for your Blade Mail and won't get the kill.
Lotus.
It's healed up by the Lotus. They'll kill off Crit. He's dead. Has buyback. Ringmaster buys back too. So Jokem buys back. Skeeter's in. They've got the Fireball on the deck. They'll go to the Ravage and hits all 5 heroes on the side of Talon. Is this going to be finally the checkered flag for Falcons? They get the kill to Cuckoo. They take out Natsumi, who does not have buyback. And down goes WS. 3 heroes gone on the side of Talon.
Skeeter, he was the bait. He used a lot of... Yeah, dinosaur.
Plesiosaur.
Yeah, there we go.
My brain evaporated seeing that the first time. Vortex, Wheel of Wonder, and down goes Malrine. Dead for 100 seconds. This Aegis still has a minute on it. You just need to be able to get the break. But they'll pop the BKB. Natsumi out of mana, maybe out of life. Escape back, Global Silence, trying to get back into the base and might be able to turn this around onto Amar. But he is going to be back up to full health. They'll look over at Skeeter. They'll have themselves the Mystic Snake, but not the damage. And they got the catch on Makoto. They'll take out Jokem. 4 heroes gone, and the tier 4s will melt. The throne will be exposed. Just Medusa will be here. GG is called. Falcons will take the series 2-1 over Talon.
They tried to go for the same thing, game 1 and game 3 on side of Talon.
And worst case, experiment really fails. You've still got, what, 4 chances to go through, whatever. Like, it's plenty of time to learn.
Keep in mind that Falcons, they haven't been in their best form for quite some time now.